I want to be hopeful that the new Secretary of Defense can actually make that happen. You know, I've gotten a little burned out here in hearing the administration making steps to arming the FSA, to arming the Ukrainian rebels or the Ukrainian government, and nothing happens. I think lethal aid must be provided now, and I think it has to be done today. The Ukrainian people were promised, if they gave up their nuclear weapons, the Budapest Agreement, that in fact they would have protection. We see today that they don't have that protection. The president of Ukraine in the past, and of course the Russian military, has let the Ukrainian military basically rot and have equipment that existed when the Soviet Union broke up. I think it's important for us, if Ukraine is not brought into NATO, which I think they should be, but it's important for us to provide them with the weapons they need, at least the defensive weapons they need to protect their own country. I think we ought to be sending trainers in there to work side by side with the Ukrainian military to teach them tactics on defensive areas. Because what you have happening right now in eastern Ukraine is an invasion by the Russians. Now, it depends how you define it, and people can say it's non-state actors, but we all know what it is, and we don't have to play the semantics game. Russia is meddling in eastern Ukraine. So give the Ukrainians the ability to defend themselves, and we'll see where the chips fall. Another important issue, though, is energy security in that region. The Russians really have held Europe hostage to their energy monopoly, and I think it's important for the United States and its allies to help Europe develop their own energy resources, green and gas that's in the ground, as well as exporting natural gas that we have here.
And quickly, before we go to a break, what are the prospects of doing that, especially exporting LNG to Europe in order to wean them from their dependence on Russia? Do you see efforts in that regard?
I do. On the Energy and Commerce Committee, it's an area we're taking up very seriously, but it's going to have a lot of debate. There's some questions, and plus some infrastructure issues that have to be developed. It's not going to be in the near term, but hopefully in the medium term we can get this done.